Greetings, my fellow warriors of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Another day, another battle, and we have. What do we have? We have. Let's see here. We have normal 620, 620. Whoa! Whoa! It looks so good. It looks so good because finally, it's not that we have some news, some important news. First, the housing bill passed, yes, but not only that, the whales that were buying the shares in the large amount in last, uh, let's say, like 2 weeks, it looked that they finally enter into a position as much as they could by buying from the other whales. And so, by my estimate, the previously they bought around 200 million shares. Some big guy bought from some other big guy 200 million, and they entered a level of six. So six something, let's say 630, and they're done buying, and they're done buying at a certain moment of the time when the housing bill passed, and we expect that Trump take and announce that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are removed from the conservatorship. That might happen, and maybe that is this rally is happening. You see, we went from 620 to 750, 730. So around 20% in 2 days. Here again, we have still the short sellers, but they're not active as before. Actually, they try to be active. So when we reached yesterday 720, they managed to decline the price to 690 in the last 15 minutes of the trade, and in the morning they again tried to hit, and they went to 670, but we did recover, and most probably they will try to attack again, but I don't believe that they have too much money. This here cost them how much? Let's see, that volume was 1 million, so it cost them $6 million to short into, or maybe less, let's say, because they don't enter into a big position. They sell only 200-300 shares, and they push the price down. And our guys are buying like 2,000, so it's uneven buy and sell ratio, but the whale probably finished buying, and they still have the money allocated for this stock, and their short sellers are trying to push it with all the might they have, and they done it, so they managed to decrease the price for from 720 into 766, let's say. That was the lowest bid, but we did recover. That This only shows that they don't have any more money. Maybe they kept, like that, they kept it in last 10-15 minutes that they do something, but overall they're exhausted. They're exhausted because of our price went down, and that increased their uh, their buying capabilities. And on the other side, I think they're very related with price of the Nasdaq, because I saw a number of times whenever Nasdaq fell like 1-2%, 2 days later, and it holds like 1%, 2% down, they they get their loss. So today we have still Nasdaq in negative zone. That means that they're, because how it works, the money they can short and the money they're using for shorting is actually the margin that they have deposit in a Nasdaq as a security. So they have the position in Nasdaq, which is like, let's say, 100 million. Based on that, they can use 60 million to short the stock, and they're doing. But when because they're very close to the margin, when the Nasdaq fell 1-2%, they got the margin call, and they don't have the available funds for shorting. So that is good on our side, and that is what we want to see. So that it might be the reason for a rally. The second reason is what is realistic, that we have expectation that Trump will sign not only the housing bill, but also that he will do something about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, especially after several comments that Bill Pulte made a few nights ago, before the rally start. So on a Sunday, that and he actually said, "Yeah, I'm still with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and I didn't forget you." So he made like, I think, like six posts or four posts, very positive about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and that he is aware of our existence. And so there is another reason, as Silver Eagle mentioned, that banks are passing the stress test, and that is good overall for overall economy as for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. In case that we are normally traded as a normal company without conservatorship, that would be a big deal for us, and that would show strength of the market, and that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac has the future. But in this case, overall, the overall problem is basically our conservatorship and senior preferred shares that are lurking around us. And also, what is important, the court decisions are coming soon. The court decision in the lumber suit, we did have that. Those uh, arguments, and nowadays it should be basically the judge needs to get the final decision, and that is expected soon. Like in the court, those are the courts, and the housing is expected. So overall, uh, by my opinion, and what I have looked, and what I think, I was thinking about this situation, if the short sellers accrued the losses in the last couple of days, and they did, because I think the average price was, let's say, 650. Some of them are like, they need to raise the price, and they occurred the loss. When they will enter into margin call, I think around now, that today will, if we close, let's say, be above seven something, that they will be in a margin call, and they will have to cover. Also have in mind that they don't need to cover right away, they have like a couple of days. So on a Friday we can expect that it hits them again. Oh, actually Monday. If it hits them today and they don't have the closing price, and tomorrow they get margin call, they need to cover up to Monday. So it's not that terrible situation for them. They will lose the money, but it's not. Like, they have the time of Saturday and Sunday to gather the money to see what is going on in the market. But overall, they're not envious situation. So we are good. We'll see. Very important what will happen last 15 minutes of the trade. Will, because our guys, really big guys who were buying and who were entering to a position, they stopped trading like 30, 15, around 30 minutes before closing. They close all the position. They don't want to put anything on the table, but the short sellers are pushing all the way up to a last second. And that can be prevented with the simple, like a limit buy, but or a couple of limit buys, on different prices. Even if they decrease the price, they don't decrease a lot. So in case that we have 7:38 and we have like 15 minutes from the, you can put bunch of small limit buys in the during the working hours, on like on every, or like on 7:38, on 7:37, 7:36, like to have the floors of something like 1,000 shares, even less, like 500 shares would be enough to stop them from manipulating the price, but on every 1 cent. And they can decrease they cannot decrease the price so fast and so easy. But it is up to our guys to do it. I would do it, but my wife don't give me the money to do it. She said no more. You got what you got. And but overall it is good. Stay well, stay healthy. And I think that in the next couple of days, and the Trump, regarding the housing bill, yes, the Trump didn't pass it, and the Trump still didn't sign it, but that doesn't mean that he will not sign it in the next days. And even if he don't sign it, that bill will become a law. Personally, what I think about the housing bill, tell you frankly, it's I don't think it is. If Rand Paul don't likes it, I don't like it. But we'll see. Uh, it doesn't matter what it is. For me, it is important. Will Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will be free. Stay well, stay healthy, and number 8 is coming. So it's not 6 7, it's 7 8. Stay well, my friends.